the Know for Tuesday, May 24, the 144th day of 2022. There are 221 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's country station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud or iTunes or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In The Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We will also have the return of the water cooler question. The Lone Star Rodeo comes to town this weekend. We got your chance to win tickets. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In The Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
You are a lover of books.
Yes.
Does that make you like a bibliophile or something? Someone who really likes
I don't know.
really likes books. A new study finds Americans are getting nostalgic for the books of their youth. More than half of Americans say they transport themselves back to their childhoods by reading their favorite books as kids. Here's some that rank very high. The Berenstain Bears, that tops the list. Other popular books, The Giving Tree, The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and Goodnight Moon.
Those are really young ones. Okay.
Do you have one above all other books from your childhood that is your go-to that you prefer?
As far as that age group, probably not. But I have three. Charlotte's Web,
Okay.
The Indian in the Cupboard.
All right.
Oh my goodness, where did my third one go? I had another one, sorry. It just flew out my brain.
Let's see. Mike and the Steam Shovel is one of my favorites. I remember that one.
Little Women. Sorry.
Little Women's one of those. Yeah. So that's not exactly a children's book, though. That's a.
Well, Miss Sue Fitzpatrick gave it to me in 5th grade.
She did.
So,
Well, look at you, overachiever. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I can now officially say the countdown to Memorial Day is on.
Guess we're less than a week, aren't
Since
we?
it's now Tuesday, we had
It's weird on how late it is this year.
Yeah, it's almost
I feel
as late
like
as it can be.
This
Missed it by
weekend,
a day.
yesterday, I was like, ooh, it feels like it should be Memorial Day.
Yeah, exactly right. And not to mention, we already had Election Day here locally a week ago, but there are about 5 states today that are having Election Day today. And you're right. It seemed like this last weekend should have been Memorial Day weekend, but Memorial Day weekend is coming up on Monday. Of course, there will be a local celebration here with the processional. I think it's Saturday morning. I think about 10 is the time. But here, I'm going to remind you, by the way, there's a 3-day weekend coming up, which, people look forward to the 3-day weekends. But this is not a celebration of, you don't wish people happy Memorial Day, right? It's not, you don't say happy because there's not anything happy about those who died serving our country. But you do set aside some time to pay respect to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice of our country for the freedoms that we have. So Memorial Day coming up on Monday. Weather-wise, if you may believe it, of the work week at least, today is being described as the pick of the week.
Dear.
Out the window I'm looking at doesn't appear to be the pick of the week. But it will be warmer than yesterday, but a big temperature disparagement between, say, the Louisville area and here locally. We are supposed to get here between the lakes, supposed to get up to 78 later today, but I can't find any hour in the hourly forecast where it actually says higher than 76. So if we get to 78, I think it will be a stretch to get there, but they're predicting a high of 82 in the Louisville area today, but it will become partly sunny and warmer. That's later in the day. So the clouds we have this morning will be with us for quite a bit of the day. And then tonight, there's a chance, we'll see, the evening looks great, but after midnight, the risk for some thunderstorms will move in and will start to increase. So got the possibility of an alert day overnight tonight and then through part of the day tomorrow, about an 80% chance of rain late tonight and an 80% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. We should see a high of about 88 after an overnight low of 65. But that Saturday, now they've put a little bit of a, they've put a 20% chance regionally.
Like two little drops there. On that graphic.
When I saw it, if you look at the 42754 forecast, the Saturday looks like basically not much chance of rain and 79 as the high. And I think that's perfect Memorial Day Saturday weather. The morning will start off a little bit cool. It won't be one of those deals where it's 85 at 10 a.m. It'll, if we're just going to get into the high 70s as a high. So I think Saturday's shaping up to be a really, really nice day. But as we get closer, we'll keep an eye on it for you as we step down to the weekend. A captured Russian soldier who pleaded guilty to killing a civilian has been sentenced to the first round of war crimes in the Russian invasion of Ukraine. That happened by a Ukrainian court yesterday, was sentenced to life in prison, which was the maximum, amid signs the Kremlin may in turn put on trial some fighters who surrendered at Mariupol's steelworks. I can't imagine what they would be legitimately accusing them of or charging them with, because the Russians are the ones who are the aggressors and in the places they're not supposed to be. But just shows you the weird view that the Kremlin has, or at least in more particularly Vladimir Putin. But also in a rare public expression of opposition to the war from the ranks of the Russian elite, a veteran Kremlin diplomat resigned and sent a scathing letter to foreign colleagues in which he said of the invasion, "Never have I been so ashamed of my country as on February 24. So if more Russians would do that, then maybe there might be an end to this in sight. Really sad to report today the headline that a teenager has been killed after an SUV towing a trailer struck a guardrail on the WK Parkway about 2 miles west of Caneyville yesterday afternoon. Happened just before 2 o'clock, and first responders reported to between the 90 and 91 mile markers of the westbound parkway. They found a Ford Expedition, which was towing a 30-foot travel trailer. The driver lost control. The trailer began to swerve. The Ford hit a guardrail, and the guardrail entered the passenger compartment and took the life of a 14-year-old girl from Paducah who was pronounced dead at the scene. There were 5 other people transported by EMS to Owensboro Health Twin Lakes with non-life-threatening injuries. Parkway, initially, they said it was going to be closed for a couple of hours, but they also said there's not much confidence that it will be in 2 hours. They knew with the fatality that reconstruction and just time was going to take. So it didn't reopen until about almost 7 o'clock last night. There was a detour of traffic around that between Caneyville and Beaver Dam using US 62. So it just
terrible.
It's just
so
a tragedy. You worry about those guardrail. Obviously, are out there to protect us, and guardrail most of the time save lives. And in this particular case, it's just a freak accident where you collide with one, and so just sad. Kick off. I don't know where the travel trailer was going. I don't know, but if there were 5 or 6 or 7 of them in a vehicle and they were off somewhere pulling a trailer, you have to presume they were getting ready for Memorial Day weekend.
They're from Paducah,
They're
so
from
I wonder
Paducah.
if you think they were headed home.
Westbound, yeah, sounds like probably they were headed home after some, family outing, or I don't know that they were familial, but nonetheless, it's just tragic that happening in our community to some of our neighbors to the west. The latest COVID-19 numbers reported yesterday, and while the number of cases continue to rise, I heard on KNN about 45 minutes ago, Kentucky News Network was reporting some health officials just saying it doesn't seem like people are getting as sick as a result, but 8,127 new cases reported, and that was opposed to 6,400 and some change the previous week. Fed 15 counties that had more than 100 last week. Usual suspects, the one you would expect. But the positivity rate is now 10.52, which on April 25th was 4.35. At the end of March was 2.29. So we've gone, we've gone from the 2s back above 10 now, but still our hospital census is low. Our death rate is reduced. 79 people passed over the last 7 days compared to 96. 264 hospitalized, 23 of them in ICU, 6 on a ventilator. So positivity is up, but maybe it doesn't seem like people are suffering from their positivity as much. A Litchfield man who resisted police and was held at gunpoint has been arrested in Elizabethtown with more than 6 grams of methamphetamine. The EPD arrested 45-year-old Jamie Saltzman and charged him with trafficking in a controlled substance, possession, second-degree wanton endangerment, etc. The arrest citation states that an officer spotted Saltzman parked on the side of a road. When the officer approached Saltzman, he was sweating profusely and shaking and not making sense. Saltzman was asked to step out of the vehicle, but he refused, was held at gunpoint for several minutes while other officers responded. They tried to, he exited the vehicle as police tried to handcuff him. He resisted officers. I believe he was, they tased him twice in the process. He was taken to the hospital and then lodged. The 7 Kentucky law enforcement members, law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty in the last year will be remembered during a ceremony this week. Governor Beshear will join Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation and the Department of Criminal Justice training for the ceremony on Thursday. It'll be at 10 a.m. there at EKU at the Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Monument site. So that's obviously part of the Memorial Day ceremonies and worthy of paying tribute to those who died in the line of duty to our service. The Jessamine County Sheriff has been found deceased inside his home. I didn't get to this story yesterday. As we were hearing some of the details, Sheriff Kevin Corman was found deceased at his home on West Maple Street in Nicholasville on Sunday. No foul play is suspected, and he's believed to have died of natural causes. He was first elected sheriff in 2006 and lost his bid for a 5th term recently, I guess a week ago today, in the primary election. So sad to report that. Fancy Farm has selected their MC and host for their upcoming picnic in August. House Speaker David Osborne has been named as the Master of Ceremonies for this year's Fancy Farm Picnic political speaking event in August. Stephen Elder, by the way, is now the political chairman of the picnic, and he's quoted here as saying, each year we try to rotate political parties and throw in a media personality every so often, but this year it's the Republicans' turn to MC our great political event. So Fancy Farm, of course, picnic, big fundraiser for St. Jerome's Parish. And by the way, I was saddened to hear Steve Elder, his dad passed in the last couple of weeks, had a long bout with COVID, and then lost his earthly life. And so been praying for and thinking about the Elder family. In some sports news, a week after a strong performance at the State Bass Fishing Championship, Grayson County returned to the water on Saturday and won the Central Hardin Open. The team was led by the boat of River Blanton and Braden Sadler, who finished 2nd overall. Brady Stone and Eli Watson came in 4th place. The Cougars sent 4 boats onto the water that led them to victory, VICTORY, in the competition. Last month, of course, Grayson County High School won the Region 1 championship, had a strong performance in the state tournament. A lot of the spring sports are wrapping up. Still got a couple going in addition to bass fishing still in action. I mean, this is the season, right, for bass fishing. Mm-hmm. Then also the Cougar tennis teams. I know the track and field still waiting to see what their postseason holds, but tennis in the middle of postseason as well.
Yeah, they will return to the hard court at 4 o'clock this afternoon in Owensboro. Last night they advanced both of their boys' doubles team, one of their girls' doubles teams, and then their number 1 single boy, Owen Brown. All will return to Owensboro tonight to try and keep on moving on. I know that the doubles teams, I think I was reading that all of them play Owensboro Catholic today.
Owen is he's the 2 seed.
Correct.
Right, in that. And so I know the 1 seed, I think they're looking forward to that rematch.
Because it was the rematch of last year's region championship.
Yeah. So do you know when we might get to that step? What day that
tomorrow
might come? Tomorrow. If we're going to get to that step, it will be tomorrow?
I believe so.
All right. Well, good. We'll keep an eye on that.
Because the tournament runs 23 through 25, so I would assume that the championship would then be on 25.
Yeah, that makes very good sense. So we'll keep an eye on that. Good luck to the tennis teams and track and field, too, finding out where they're headed into the postseason. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got plenty more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know. The Lone Star Championship Rodeo is coming to the Grayson County Fairgrounds May 27th and 28th. Bronc riding, calf roping, steer wrestling, barrel racing, bull riding, and more. There'll be a best dressed cowboy and cowgirl contest and gold rush for kids 10 and under. Tickets are $15 for adults, $10 for kids 4 to 12, and kids under 3 are free. Get your tickets online at LoneStarRodeoCompany.com or call 270-269-6000. The Lone Star Championship Rodeo coming to the Grayson County Fairgrounds in Litchfield May 27th and 28th.
It's deer season at Wright Implement, your local John Deere store. And if you're looking for a great commercial-grade zero-turn mower, look no further than the Z930M. With optional airless wheels and more, and 60 months financing if necessary. Pick yours out today. Need a small compact utility tractor? Check out the John Deere 1025R. With loader, 60-inch deck, R4 tires, and more. Price to move today at Wright Implement. Online at wrightimp.com. Offer ends 5/31/22. Some restrictions apply. See us for details.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Homeowners, especially on the lake, have most likely experienced or will experience water erosion on their properties. There is a solution and preventative measures that can protect against this type of erosion. With the help of products and service from Scotty's Contracting and Stone, Crushed Rock Road enhancements can provide erosion control and shoreline protection. Well-designed and maintained erosion control helps ensure that today's beautiful and safe landscapes remain so tomorrow. To discuss erosion control and shoreline restoration solutions with Scotty's Contracting, call 270-259-5696.
Your choice of lifestyle directly affects your health. And while there are many complex factors surrounding your lifestyle, sometimes the simple truth is that you just need to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know you and your lifestyle so we can provide sound advice on ways to improve your overall health. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here. At Midway Pharmacy.
This is Sheriff Norman Chaffins with the Grayson County Sheriff's Office. Responding to traffic crashes involving injuries or deaths in Grayson County is a tough part of the job. There is so much out of your control when driving, but what you do have control over is wearing a seatbelt. Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up. Those 2 seconds will give you the best chance of surviving a crash, especially at night when the risk of death triples. Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? It's not about writing tickets, it's about saving lives. Please, Grayson County, always buckle up.
Lots of speculation out there that Apple could buy video game publisher EA Sports. Puck says rumors have heated up in light of Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard for $68 billion. Other big companies like Amazon and Disney have been kicking the tires of the firm that's published hits like Apex Legends, Madden, and the Sims franchise. EA's roots actually go back to Apple. Back in 1982, Apple's then director of strategy and marketing, Trip Hawkins, left the company to start EA. Google Assistant news, it's been rumored for a while, but now Galaxy Watch 4 users can start using it. Along with being available in the app tray, you can trigger Assistant via voice command and assign it to a long press on the home button for things like Google Pay, Maps, and YouTube Music. Also, you can now use the Google Assistant to check your Fitbit and Google Fit stats. Airbnb is closing its domestic business in China. CNBC says all listings will be taken down by the summer. Sources say business was already costly and complex to operate, and the pandemic made it worse. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know.
Today is Asparagus Day.
I love asparagus.
I don't like it canned. I like it grilled or like fresh. You throw it and blanch it.
I even realized
it's
that you
okay.
could, I mean,
I love it
I've
either
never
way.
had canned asparagus.
Oh, I mean, it's not as good as
no,
but
I mean, is anything canned as good as fresh?
I don't know.
that's a good question. I'd have to think about it for a while.
There you go. There's your point to ponder for today.
Okay, good. Well, I can stop pondering that other stuff. Pickled asparagus is good.
Yeah,
It's very good.
I've had that.
That's
Had
good.
that.
Today is Brothers' Day,
I've got 2.
so you send them a gift. and today is scavenger hunt day as well. So, we a couple of years. It was in the late '90s. The station sponsored a big Halloween scavenger hunt. It was fun. It was a lot of work involved, but it was a fun event. I also, speaking of local events, I saw it reported yesterday by the judge executive of
I saw
Grayson
that
County
too.
that there's a big concert coming to the venue in the valley. I didn't realize it had been coined that. I prefer that to amphitheater. Sam, I fixed the board behind me, and now it's got pizza.
I was going to say, I can't go full screen because that pizza is not a sponsor, so I don't want to make sure that we give them any.
I think it's one of those deals where, hang on, let's see if I can, no, because I can't.
There you go. You got prom back there. You could just play prom.
Yeah, I could do that.
Shane Decker did a really good job hosting prom
We
that
could put
night.
graduation up there too. So we got to skip these.
Graduation would be a good thing to put
I'll get
behind
back
you
to
there.
my venue at the Valley in just a minute.
There you go.
I
You can
can't-
skip it now.
I can't. Was that a Booker political ad?
No, it was Walden University.
Oh, okay.
Which I've never heard of.
Oh, you know Walden University. It's near Walden Pond. I put this all the way back to the beginning, Sam. So my apologies.
I've never heard of Walden University. I'm looking to see where it even is. Oh, I would have never guessed that. What
Where-
state is Walden University in?
It's
Indiana.
just outside Waldenville.
Where's Waldenville? Minneapolis. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah, right. Exactly like I said, Minnesota. Minnesota. So, but here's what I talked with the judge yesterday morning, and he didn't give me the official down low information that he was making a big concert announcement yesterday.
No scoop.
No scoop. And so, but here's why he should have told me before he told everyone else, is because I know Sawyer Brown. I have had a working relationship with Sawyer Brown.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I worked with Sawyer Brown at Metcalfe County High School when I was 18 years old.
Metcalfe County High School.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Hornets.
Yeah. I was the pride, J.P. Blevins, pride of Edmonton.
Is he in Sawyer Brown?
No, he's not. Mark Miller is the lead singer of Sawyer Brown, pride of Star Search. I mean, Sawyer Brown has Star Search to thank for for giving them their start. So thanks to Ed McMahon and Star Search. But yeah, they were performing at Metcalfe County High School, and I was assigned to go and introduce them.
Okay. I did that a couple of times in college.
And so I introduced them, and ladies and gentlemen, Sawyer Brown. So doesn't it make sense that I would be asked to do that again to make Sawyer Brown feel comfortable?
Are you going to do it like that? Do like an SNL intro, or are you going to go a little bit more in depth?
No, I'm going to do it more SNL. It'll be the closest thing I get to introducing a special musical guest on the Saturday Night Live. So I'll do it just like SNL. But I am also equally excited about Alex Miller.
I was going to say, I would want to introduce Alex Miller.
Because, well, I presume it goes with the gig. If you get one, you get the other. It's like a package deal. It's a bundle.
I mean, Alex Miller that's the one who I'd want to see.
I want to see both. But by the way, the date is problematic for me, so the judge may have to move it. I know everybody else is excited, but September 4th may be a problem for me. So just putting that out there.
It's this Saturday or Sunday, isn't it? Something like that, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Saturday. So either I'm excited about it though. It's good. We'll see what happens.
September 4th is a Sunday.
It is.
Yeah,
All
it's the
right.
Sunday before Memorial Day. And the Sunday before the Ducking Hunger Regatta,
I
right?
guess the Ducking Hunger Regatta will be that next day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we need to talk about that, by the way.
Oh, great.
So either in a good strong move to shore up their position, or in a sign of the apocalypse, Arby's is putting a hamburger on their menu for the first time ever.
Who? I'm sorry. I was
Arby's.
Arby's. Oh.
Now,
It looks good.
I kind of want to be offended.
They had the meats.
That's exactly right. If you're gonna have the meats and you're gonna claim it, don't you have to have a hamburger? Mm-hmm. I mean, they've put venison and duck and elk at some point in time on their menu. You can't sleep on hamburger.
I mean, do you know what's on that? Because it looks good.
Yeah, I want to know.
Does it say?
What's on the bottom layer above the bottom bun?
It is American Wagyu.
Debbie,
It's American Wagyu. The Wagyu Steakhouse burger is topped with American cheese, shredded lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, red onion, and a special burger sauce, McDonald's ripoff, before being sandwiched in a toasted brioche bun.
See, that gets me.
You're out on the brioche bun?
Yep.
Why?
You can also
Hard
add
on my mouth.
You can also
Don't know
add
why.
bacon and ranch for what Arby's describes as a more unique, indulgent flavor. I will probably try it, but I'll tell you, I don't like it when when they stage their food and they got a little sauce dropping over the side. That bothers me.
I'll let them know.
I need it to
Not
be all.
me.
I need it to be all content. You want the imagery of the sauce falling off the
Yeah,
side?
because it means there is a lot on there, and
okay.
it's going to be on my paper. And
See,
yeah.
I don't like when my hands are getting all messy when I'm eating because there's so much sauce. That can be a problem unless it's like queso or something. If it's
I guess I will give them credit. This does drive at abundance without being super messy. So you get the idea that, hey, there's plenty of sauce and one little drop might fall off the side. But I don't want the one that just looks like, yeah, well, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hold it in the paper anyway. I mean,
By the way, to confirm Adele's request, if Sam and I were making this burger, it would look exactly like
Listen,
that because we are burger artists. We're classically trained.
I've made myself quite a few burgers in my day.
In burger artistry, I mean, Sam and I have logged many an hour on the grill.
I have a do-rag that says Grill God on
I've
it.
probably got some.
oh, please let me see you in that.
I've got some
I do.
really
Yeah, no. Sit home.
stinky Eastland shoes covered in grease, probably still somewhere from.
No, I've got to see the do-rag on you.
All right, perhaps in another sign of what could be a sign of the apocalypse, Jif recalls multiple peanut butter products over salmonella concerns. Now, first of all, did you know that Jif is manufactured in Lexington?
I did.
I did not.
And it's part of the Smucker's brand.
And I may be one of the biggest consumers.
Because it's the joke that in Lexington, in Bowling Green, it'll smell like dog food on certain days, and in Lexington, it'll smell like peanut butter.
Smell like peanut butter. Well, let me put you at ease just a little bit. If you buy your peanut butter in Kentucky, it is unlikely that you have anything that could potentially be problematic. I saw the map this morning, and some of our surrounding states could be, but none of the sketch butter went to Kentucky.
Let me get Tennessee.
Yes, I think
Indiana.
Arkansas was one of them. Lot codes 127-4425 through 214-0425. You can find this online. If it's between those two, then you might not want to. You're okay, ma'am. The jar that's on your nightstand is fine.
Have you actually looked at it?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I've not even. I eat peanut butter every single night.
You got it on your nightstand?
Yes, I do. Okay, yeah, you wear your do-rag, and I'll eat my peanut butter in bed, okay? So
At the same time would be great.
yes, okay. We'll FaceTime each other. So, no, I've not looked because I'm like, I'm still going to eat
Well, the reason I
this.
saw the map, when I saw that the map for Kentucky was clear, I was like, well, we're all good. We don't have to worry, because our peanut butter was procured in
Well, I've
in
not
Kentucky,
been sick, so.
unless you've been importing it, and I'm unaware
No.
that you're importing it from far off regions, thinking it's better for some reason. This next story is concerning. It comes from Canada, thank goodness, because hopefully no Americans would ever do this. One mom has shared how to try and save money and clear debt. Her family has lived without toilet paper for the last 3 years.
Oh, goodness.
Amber Allen, who is a mother of 3, posted on her YouTube channel called The Fairly Local Family that they were in $70,000 worth of debt and had made sacrifices to repay this. She says, we have used cloth instead of toilet paper for the last 3 years. She said we were trying to get out of about $70,000 worth of debt, so we cut off anything out of our budget that we could, including Netflix.
I'll lose my Netflix before I lose the toilet paper.
She said we ate very frugal but healthy food, and suddenly one day it occurred to me, why are we using for toilet paper? We are literally throwing money down the toilet. So I went online to see how I could go and use the bathroom in a more cheap way, and came across cloth wipes instead of toilet paper. After doing some research,
you wash them?
She discovered you could buy yards of secondhand cloth made from flannel on Facebook Marketplace, and this lasted longer and worked better for them. The family washed the cloth wipes every other day, and the mom urges people wanting to ditch toilet paper as well to ensure that they wash their cloth separately from anything else.
You think?
Well, duh.
And then do you have to wash your washing machine after you wash it?
Right?
Yeah.
I think you're using more water.
I was going to say, is your water cost then?
And your detergent.
You just
I mean,
drag it.
bleach.
How many Tide Pods does that take?
It's a lot. Yeah, she said the family do still occasionally buy some toilet paper to keep in the house for any guests that come over. Oh, company's coming. Let's get out the toilet
That's
paper.
like Monica's good hand towels, right? The guests get to use toilet paper.
If I walked into someone's house and there's like, here's the flannel sheet.
Yeah.
A flight attendant has revealed a reason you should never use the toilet paper in the bathroom of an airplane. She said use the tissue paper as opposed to the toilet paper.
Okay.
She said when turbulence hits and little boys who are pointing and shooting, it kind of goes everywhere. So that usually ends up on the toilet paper. So she added that the tissue towels were much better to use, and they are placed higher up and less likely to be
Splattered.
Be compromised. It's cleaner, so use that instead of the toilet paper, she says.
I'm not going to be thinking about that probably.
Yeah, so I have a feeling airlines are disappointed that she reported that.
Probably.
I'm going to say that the tissue is not as cost effective as
Future designs, they'll be mount in future designs of the aircraft lavatory. They'll be maybe repositioning that somewhere else. And then there's this from Leesburg, Virginia. A naked man spotted lurking in the parking lot of a McDonald's in Leesburg, Virginia, was arrested after taking a bite out of police officers who tried to remove him from the premises. The restaurant's manager called the police after spotting the man in the wee hours of Thursday morning. The nude man, identified as 33-year-old Jason Perez of Melbourne, appeared to be on narcotics and was speaking incoherently. He kept telling the officers that his clothes were somewhere else, and he just needed to retrace his steps to find them. They're always in the last place you look. He told the officers that he would not leave the property and needed to be arrested. He was handed a trespass notice. He immediately laid down and refused to leave the parking lot, so he was placed under arrest. He refused to get into the patrol car, tensed up his body, kicked and bit the officers as they attempted to put him in the car. So they took him to the hospital, where he was handcuffed to a bed and made a mess of the bed.
Oh, no.
And those around him. And so...
Did they have some flannel to clean him up with?
Luckily, they bought some flannel on Facebook Marketplace. And he was transported to Lake County Jail eventually. But apparently he was wanted in another town for doing pretty much the same thing. So he's a serial nudist. I don't know what you call it. So there you go. Just stay in Virginia, whatever you do. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got the water cooler question coming up. Your chance to win tickets to the Lone Star Rodeo is coming up here on In the Know.
When you see someone sipping on a crisp, refreshing drink from McDonald's, you may suddenly crave one too. And that's normal. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now, for just $2, you can get any size frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or slushie. Try flavors like the new Tropical Mango or Strawberry Watermelon for only $2.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah,
catnip.
rawhide?
Catnip.
It's your man Buffalo Steel from the world famous Nappy Roots, and I got a message for you. Never underestimate you. Never underestimate you.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship provides free tuition for Kentuckians who want to earn a degree in a high-demand career field. Go to workreadyky.com to learn more, or give them a call at 833-711-WRKS.
Available at the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
Never underestimate you.
The Lone Star Championship Rodeo is coming to the Grayson County Fairgrounds May 27th and 28th. Bronc riding, calf roping, steer wrestling, barrel racing, bull riding, and more. There'll be a best dressed cowboy and cowgirl contest and gold rush for kids 10 and under. Tickets are $15 for adults, $10 for kids 4 to 12, and kids under 3 are free. Get your tickets online at LoneStarRodeoCompany.com or call 270-269-6000. The Lone Star Championship Rodeo coming to the Grayson County Fairgrounds in Litchfield May 27th and 28th.
I'm Trooper Tony Cornwell with the Kentucky State Police.
And I'm Trooper Sarah Burgess with Kentucky State Police.
When working traffic across western Kentucky, responding to crashes involving death or injuries is a tough part of my job.
When you drive, there is so much out of your control.
But what we do have control over is wearing a seatbelt.
Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws?
It's not about writing tickets, it's about saving lives.
Please, always buckle up.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
A mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for today with highs into the upper 70s and the low 80s. We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms pushing into the region later on tonight, keeping some of that rain around for tomorrow morning. And then we have to keep an eye on the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrews.
Tell them step off, I'm doing the hump.
The Humpty Dance, here's your chance to do the hump.
Everybody, I do the Humpty Hump. Come on, I do the Humpty Hump. Sexy lady, I do the Humpty Hump.
Did you know 700 pounds is how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 700 pounds.
Interesting.
A wildlife technician measured it all out, ran the formulas, double-checked his or her math, and said 700 pounds.
Interesting.
So the next time someone asks you how much would a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, you just say...
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
700 pounds is what you say.
700.
And that then will blow their mind because you'll have volleyed it back into their court and they won't know what to do. This is why I'm empowering you with this information.
I guess they'll just ask you about Sally and her seashells.
You can turn the tables. Yeah, but really, see, that's not the Sally and her seashells down at the seashore is not an interrogatory in any way.
What about Peter Piper?
It's not participatory in any way. It's a statement.
Peter Piper.
The woodchuck is an interrogative statement, and so you're just like, I dropped this at you, and so you just say 700, and then let that be that. Let's go to today's water cooler questions. Your chance to win. By the way, the Lone Star Rodeo is coming to the Grayson County Fairgrounds this weekend on Friday and Saturday. We have 4 tickets for you for the Friday night show at the Lone Star Rodeo for your family. It's a $60 value, and we'll hook you up with these. By the way, works really smoothly. They're digital tickets. We just send right over to you, and there you go. So it's very efficient. You're going to text your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000 is the number. Text the answer. The question is this: 16% of cat owners and 12% of dog owners admit that they share this with their pets. 16% of cat owners and 12% of dog owners admit they share this with their pets. What is it?
I think I got this one.
Text the answer to 270-259-6000.
I'm only writing down one answer.
Text the
I'm
answer to
confident.
270-259-6000.
And if I'm right, then my mom is in the 16%.
16 of 100 cat owners and 12 of 100 dog owners admit that they share this with their pets. What is it? Text the answer to 270-259-6000. Nope, that's not the right answer. Nope, that's not the right answer. Nope.
No.
It's not food.
That's
not bad.
That's what my mom.
It's not ice cream.
That's what my mom guessed. Food. Am I?
Text the answer to 270. I'm not going to look at it yet because I can't give it away. 270-259-6000.
I think I'm right.
That's what you. No, it's not bad. We got multiple beds.
So not food, not bad.
Not food, not bad.
Not any type of food.
Not a toothbrush.
My mom just guessed the same thing I did.
No,
somebody guessed toothbrush?
Someone guessed toothbrush.
You don't do that?
Oh, but I guess, if you kiss your pet in the mouth anyway, you might as well
Probably.
share a toothbrush. But that is so disgusting.
Time magazine reveals its annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Skunked again. None of the three of us made it. But Zendaya, Tim Cook, Mary J. Blige, Prime Minister Mia Motley, actor Simu Liu, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Joe Biden, Volodymyr Zelensky, Matthew McConaughey, Channing Tatum, Dennis Villeneuve, James Corden, Reese Witherspoon, Martin Scorsese, Ryan Seacrest. So there you go. There's some of the Tom Brady.
Joe Burrow?
I didn't see Joe Burrow on there. I can't rule him out. My list is incomplete, so I hate to tell you.
Well, so you don't know that we're not on there.
I feel like.
Did you get
I
notified?
feel like somebody would have told us if we were.
Unless you're hiding that information for a big reveal.
Maybe.
Maybe it's in your junk email.
Not a chair. Maybe it went to spam. It's not. Yeah, it's not kisses. Yeah. Let's see. Mission Impossible. So this is weird. Everything this week is about Top Gun Maverick and Tom Cruise being out there and hey, Top Gun and hey, it's back and woo-hoo but now they've just released this week the Mission Impossible 7 trailer and it doesn't come out until July 14th, 2023.
I was going to say, I missed that there was even going to be another one.
So did I, and I'm fine with our current number. We can stop at 6. I don't think 7 is required. But
luckily, those movies, though, I mean, you can. It's like I don't want to say it's like James Bond, but in the realm of you can continuously there's plenty of stories that you can do with Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible couldn't carry James Bond's jock.
I'm not saying that they're in the same realm. I'm just more saying as the example of there can be infinite number of James Bond movies because there's infinite number of storylines.
What's that funny look on your face?
Oh, it's towards you, I'm guessing.
What?
I don't even think I can say.
My analogy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did I hear the correct word?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sports euphemism. When somebody
Okay.
some athlete is not nearly as good as another athlete, you say they couldn't carry their jock. Like you couldn't even be their equipment manager. So basically that's what you're saying. So
Okay.
but I had to come to James Bond's defense. But also I would say
Sorry.
are there any more impossible missions? I would have just thought that of all the time we've had to solve or achieve the seemingly impossible missions, I thought maybe we had covered them all, but perhaps we had not.
Well, I hope, and I've seen several people say this. So you know how Top Gun, we've waited for however long, and it's been promoted, talked about. I think there are a lot of people that is just so excited for it to go ahead, be released this weekend, correct?
Yes, this weekend.
Just so that some of that crap is over and you don't have to see that anymore. So this may be the same way. If you're going to start now.
I'm nervous because it's supposedly critically acclaimed.
Are you going to be critically acclaiming
And
it, though?
most of the time when they say it's critically acclaimed, it's like, oh, the critics like it. That means it's artsy. Like, just bring it on.
You just want to see stuff blow up.
By the way, to be clear, we've waited 35 years for this, in addition to an additional year and a half of it being delayed. Hard Knocks, HBO's in-season version, will feature the Arizona Cardinals in 2022. I enjoyed the Hard Knocks in-season. I always enjoy the Hard Knocks preseason, but I enjoyed the one with the Colts this year. So
because they fell apart.
Yes, they did. But I just enjoyed seeing it week to week, some of the changes going in. I thought it was very good.
I'm surprised teams are allowing this.
Yeah, but
because there's a lot of, I mean,
makes me wonder if
especially a team like the Cardinals and the Colts who are expected to be good.
They're getting leaned on by the league a little bit.
Like the Jaguars, it would make sense because nobody's expecting them to do anything.
Ellen DeGeneres seemingly revealed that Jennifer Lawrence's baby is a boy. I think Ellen maybe accidentally let it slip. And
oops.
Because she said, now that I live next door to you and I'm looking at you living in my house with a brand new baby, by the way, I do hear you sometimes talking to him, is what she says. Like, that information wasn't out there, but here you go, putting it out there. Kurt Cobain's iconic guitar sold for a staggering $4.5 million this week. Was that you, Sam? Did you buy it?
It was not. I only went up to 4.2.
Part of the collection. But it sounds like the type of thing, would your dad buy?
Probably not
Cobain. Would he buy Eric Clapton's guitar?
Probably be a question for my mom. I mean, maybe you'd go even back to like the Beatles or...
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So... The winner,
Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Oh, Jimmy Page's guitar. Yeah, that would be good. Brian May's guitar from Queen would be good too. But you might afford those. You couldn't afford Hendrix's guitar. 1433. If your number ends in 1433, you said brush. That is correct. The answer was a comb or hairbrush. So toothbrush couldn't count. Comb or hairbrush. Congratulations, 1433. You're the winner. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around. You're on In the Know.
Just as fine as she can be.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Marriage is a paradox. Consider this. For a relationship to be successful, couples have to limit their independence. But at the same time, they have to thrive as individuals. Are you confused yet? Well, this is Jim Daly with Focus on the Family. It can be easy to forget that a good marriage takes two people. On your own, you may have all the talent you need to be a roaring success in your career. But in marriage, unless you work together with your spouse, your relationship is going to flounder. When two people each let go of some of their personal ambitions for the sake of the relationship, the bond between them will actually strengthen. But that's just one side of the coin. The other is this. The more connected you and your spouse become, the more important it is that you grow as individuals. Why? Well, because a healthy marriage consists of two unique people who are able to stand on their own. Entering marriage doesn't mean you suddenly stop being who you are. It's just the opposite, in fact. You bring yourself into marriage, so it's important to become the best you can be. As a matter of fact, it's those differences that help make a good marriage truly great. So should your marriage bring you and your spouse together as one? Or should the two of you be strong as individuals? The answer is yes. That's the paradox of marriage. To help your relationship thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
The credit card debt happened when my daughter was born. I was using one credit card account to roll over into another credit card account, and it was snowballing.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
When I first called Trinity, the representative understood the need based on the situation. They were great people to work with. From the first phone call that I made, they had me on a track to mitigate the credit card debt.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
Working with Trinity gave me the ability to save thousands of dollars. My name's Doug, and thanks to Trinity, I'm debt-free for keeps.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
This is Sheriff Norman Chaffins with the Grayson County Sheriff's Office. Responding to traffic crashes involving injuries or deaths in Grayson County is a tough part of the job. There is so much out of your control when driving, but what you do have control over is wearing a seatbelt. Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up. Those 2 seconds will give you the best chance of surviving a crash, especially at night when the risk of death triples. Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? It's not about writing tickets, it's about saving lives. Please, Grayson County, always buckle up.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
Mm-mm. No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah,
catnip.
rawhide?
Catnip.
Baby, 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 baby. I got the feeling.
MB's point to ponder for today. If you have a one-day holiday all to yourself, what do you do? So, day off from work, don't have anywhere to go. What do you do?
I mean, can I click my heels and get somewhere and back? Or no magic involved?
No magic involved.
I'm with Sam. Nothing.
Just,
read?
I mean,
Would you
I mean,
read?
maybe
it depends. Like,
read,
do
lay
I get
out.
to pick the day of the year that it is? Because I mean, I could pick like one of the first 2 days of March
Sam
Madness.
and I are going to be too difficult to answer this question.
I mean, if it was like the first 2 days, if I could pick one of the first 2 days of March Madness, I would just watch that the entire time.
All right.
You know, just watch basketball.
You know, I love to bring back old-timey words. Here's my most recent old-timey word that I'm like to bring back. It's ninny hammer. Ninny hammer is a fool. So in the old days, if you said somebody was a ninny hammer, they were a fool or foolish. So you can weave that one in to someone. So in addition
Ninny
to being
hammer?
a cotton-headed ninny muggins,
I was going to say that's what I think.
you can be a
Yeah,
ninny
me too.
hammer. And my guess is that cotton-headed ninny muggins is a derivative of Will Smith Will Ferrell at some point in time. Sorry, Will Smith is the slapper.
Mhm.
Will Ferrell is
There's
the
a
funny
little-
man.
A little bit of a difference.
Yeah. And then I also read today where the average person speaks around 150 to 180 words per minute. I think I blow that out of the water. I think I'm somewhere around 210.
I think you.
I think we got somebody coming in tomorrow. I think, can I make it his job to count your word per minute?
Sure.
That would be
But I need a 60-minute average. It
he'll-
can't be 1 minute and stop. It's
He'll
got
do
to
it.
be 60-minute average.
He'll do it.
Because it takes me back to my typing class days. You know, a lot of people could type high number of words per minute for 1 minute.
Well,
this is on a 5-minute write. You've got
now-
you got to hold that performance.
YouTube does the automatic closed captioning for you. And sometimes when I'm not on the show, I'll enjoy seeing what they think we say.
Mm-hmm. I notice when you're not on, you wanted to see it make other.
Mhm. Correct.
You like seeing it make the rest of us look like a ninny hammer.
Exactly.
The season 4 finale of FBI is on CBS tonight and on HGTV. Unsellable Houses. Is that the Property Brothers, or is there another set of twins on HGTV?
I have no
It says
idea.
the twins give a behind-the-scenes look as the divorcee needs assistance in selling his small home with some big obstacles.
What's it called? Unsellable Homes?
Unsellable Houses on HGTV. Today's highlight in history: this date in 1844. Samuel Morse transmitted the message, "What hath God wrought?" from Washington to Baltimore as he formally opened America's first telegraph line.
Now, this is Leslie Davis and Lindsay Lamb.
Okay.
So they do have more
So
than
they've got-
one set of twins.
Wow. Something in the water at HGTV. They got multiple sets of twins. In 1935, Sam, this may be your one-day holiday that you don't know anything about. Did you know that the birth of Major League Baseball is today? This date in 1935 that the Reds beat the Phillies at Crosley Field in the first Major League Baseball game.
Interesting.
You going to go ahead and put in for time off for the rest of the day?
I think it might be too late for that, isn't it?
Duke Ellington passed this date in 1974. Britain and France opened transatlantic Concorde service to Washington this date in 1976. Oprah taped the last final episode of her long-running talk show this date in 2011. Tears everywhere. Just boo-hoo. Tommy Chong is 84. Bob Dylan is 81. Gary Berghoff is 79. He played Radar O'Reilly on MASH. Patti LaBelle is 78. Priscilla Presley is 77. Roseanne Cash is 67. John C. Reilly is 57.
I like him.
So Dewey Cox, and he's Bake, right? Of Shake and Bake, he's Bake.
Yeah, he's Cal.
Will Ferrell
Cal
is
Naughton,
Shake.
right?
But John C. Reilly was Bake. He also has done an excellent job in Winning Time in the Lakers docuseries. Bartolo Colon is 49 today. Billy Gilman is 34.
Gold Bartolo's trying to make a comeback.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
Gone but not forgotten. Daniel Fahrenheit, born in 1686. Yes, that Fahrenheit. Queen Victoria was born in 1819. Oh, Queen Vicky. Let's find a chart topper. We'll get in the chart topper machine, and we will go all the way back to 1961, where we will find Ricky Nelson waiting for us and Traveling Man.
I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world.
Okay.
Sounds like he was hitting some potholes or something.
He was traveling. Yeah, the record player in the dash of his car was skipping. By the way, the first car that I had that had a CD player in it, you could make it skip. Before they had perfected that, it was kind of fun. It wasn't fun at the time, but it's fun to think about now. 1970, The Ides of March. I will forever think of this as a Cougar Pep Band song.
It's a good Pep Band song.
Oh yeah, the
now,
brassiness is
you're
great.
You're mentioning Pep Band songs. Have you worked on the bells at all?
No.
Is that what this summer's goal is?
Yep, it's my summer plan. This horn line right here, right after the chorus.
I mean, this probably would be better than Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh, see, yeah, the Bells, must not be a hero to them. I tell you who I am a hero to this week, though, Teresa Jarbo from the choir program, because I knocked their sound out of the park on Friday. So maybe she'll let me play. Is that a direct quote? Maybe she'll let me. I don't know if she said that exactly.
Uh-huh.
Maybe she'll let me play the bagpipes as accompaniment in the choir.
I mean,
the Bells aren't the only musicians in the community. I'm kind of tired of waiting.
You've been waiting it as long as I've been here.
I've made my request obvious. Donna Summer, Hot Stuff in 79. I got to be careful, though. If I get crossways with the Bells, I might get cut off from my pork chop supply.
That is true. That is true.
Got to be careful not to overplay my hand. Be real.
And your crock pot supply, too, at the yearly.
The Crockpot Museum. 1988, George Michael, #1.
Love this. Great album.
It is a good album. One more try. Let's go to 1997.
Great.
Hanson.
Now I'll be hearing this. This will be an earworm for me.
Many apologies. You could have heard George Strait One Night at a Time. Would that have been preferred?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no. Absolutely not preferred. Yes, but that also would not have been an earworm. So
let's go to 2006. Will Shakira Hips Don't Lie be an earworm instead?
No.
A little bit. It's a good song.
Do that little yodel that Shakira does.
We're not even getting any Shakira in that.
We all got was Wycliffe Jean.
Uh-huh.
Shakira. Weekend, #1 with Earned It. #1 this date 7 years ago today.
This is one of his first ones.
Yes, it was. All right, MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today said, goals that aren't frightening aren't worth having. Goals that aren't frightening aren't worth having. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for B, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's